I'm Mark Gilero, the owner of MS Classic Cars. We're coming right back at you with another spectacular vehicle. Today, I'm sitting behind the wheel of a beautiful and rare 1967 Riley Elf MKIII Saloon that was awarded Best of Show at the National Mini Meet East. Come check it out. To start off this video here, this is a non-rehearsed video. There's going to be some information throughout this presentation that I might forget, so please visit our website at msclassiccars.com for a complete description with tons of highly detailed photos. I am going to be also referencing some of my notes throughout the presentation as well to try to cover as much as I possibly can. Please keep in mind this video is not for entertainment purposes. This is for an education standpoint, so I can show people who are interested in purchasing the vehicle as much as I possibly can and be as transparent through the process as possible. If you have or have not been following MS Classic Cars, please note that we only collect #1 and #2 condition vehicles. We're the only classic car dealership in the country who services everything we sell. We document that work with an invoice that's pictured within our photo gallery. And when we're finished with the service process, we spend countless hours detailing these vehicles to the highest level from top to bottom. Once the vehicles are sold to the new owner, I handle all the paperwork. We make sure everything goes very smoothly. We set up all the shipping. And once the vehicle is loaded in the enclosed trailer, we also cover it with a plastic cover to ensure that it will arrive as clean at your doorstep as it was here in this video today. So again, please do your homework on MS Classic Cars. To start off this presentation here on this particular vehicle, I'm going to read just 2 paragraphs here. One is going to be a little bit of history on Riley and then a little bit of history regarding this car. When I'm done reading these couple of paragraphs here, which again are very informative, I'm going to get out of the vehicle and we're going to do an entire exterior presentation. I'll stop at the interior, talk about that, the trunk compartment, and we'll finish with the engine compartment. So let's start off by saying this. The Riley was a British motor car and bicycle manufacturer from 1890. Riley became part of the Nuffield organization in 1938 and was merged into the British Leyland Motor Corporation in 1968. In July of 1969, British Leyland announced the immediate end of the Riley production. Today, the Riley trademark is owned by BMW. After the Mini was launched in August of 1959, BMC started work on an upmarket booted salon version. This was the first seen in 1961 as the Wolseley Hornet and the Riley Elf. And as before, the Elf was the sportier version. Over its 8 years, it had 2 minor facelifts. the first of which in 1963 saw the original Mini 850 engine replaced by the Cooper's 998cc. This gave speed and better performance. The Mark III launched in 1966, featured roll-up windows, door handles, which were not seen on the Mini until 1969. The car was killed off with the axing of Riley models in 1969. In total, 30,912 Riley Elfs were built. With such low production numbers, these cars are very difficult to find, especially in Concours restored condition. So that kind of gives you the overview of Riley. We've got a lot of paperwork and a lot of documentation that's included with this car, so check all of that out in our photo gallery. Some really cool reading material. Now, getting into the story of this particular car here, this 1967 Riley Elf MKIII Saloon was treated to a comprehensive, no expense spared restoration by well-known British automotive restorer Craig Kindervater. Craig was the United States historian for Lotus, and he also built 5 Lotus East Lake 11s. Craig was accompanied by a 4-year restoration by owner Randy Burrows, who purchased the car in 2001. So again, I want to give a huge shout out to Randy Burrows. He's become a friend of mine, super nice guy. He and Craig together collaborate on this deal, and they both deserve equal amount of credit for that. They did a phenomenal job. The restoration was completed in 2006 and only used sparingly thereafter. Randy treated the car with best of care during his ownership. MS Classic Cars purchased it directly from Randy in May of 2017, and I sold it to Bradley Kellett in August of 2017. Since the transaction with Brad, he's also become a really good friend of mine, customer, and he's now part of the MS Classic Cars team on a part-time basis. Kind of an interesting deal we have with Brad. Brad is a collector of many different things that we've sold him over the years. So Brad actually took the car to the Hemmings Motor News Concours d'Elegance in September of 2018. It was admired by well-known Wayne Carini of the hit TV show Chasing Classic Cars, which is documented with a few photos shown in the listing. I'm personally friends with Wayne Carini, not necessarily we hang out and go out to dinner and so forth, but we talk when we see each other at various auctions or wherever the case might be. Again, very cool that he was into this. We have a picture in our photo gallery of him actually admiring this vehicle. Again, this is something that you typically don't see. The Hemmings participant badge and lawn display is included with the car. Brad had a custom board that was done as well that's in our photo gallery you can check out. That's included. During Bradley's time, he only added about 7 miles to the vehicle, and it was trailered to various events and everything else. MS Classic Cars purchased the car back from Brad in March of 2022, so we just acquired the car back. Brad was kind of readjusting his collection. I always told him if he was going to sell this vehicle that I absolutely would like to buy it back, and that's exactly what I've done. So that's kind of the story of the history with Riley and how I acquired it and so forth. This is a extremely, extremely rare vehicle. You can only imagine how hard it would be to find the parts and all the pieces for this, to do it as correctly as you possibly could. I will go on record and just say from all of my research with these Riley Elfs, this is hands down the best one that I've ever seen. There might be a few here and there that maybe across the world are restored equally as nice or better, but I will say that I have never seen one even close to the condition of this. It is really a special piece. So, a couple things I'm just going to point out here before I get outside the vehicle. I referenced earlier that MS Classic Cars is the only classic car dealership in the country that services everything that we sell. This invoice was when we sold the vehicle to Brad. We spent $2,499.81 on the service work. We did not rerun the car through service simply because it was going to need minor attention, but I want to be very clear before the new owner gets it. MS Classic Cars will definitely change the oil in the vehicle, and I made a decision to also order new tires for the vehicle. These tires were actually done at the time of the restoration, so they're not, you know, DOT safe and so forth, even though they're in excellent condition. So we are going to replace the tires as well. So I will take care of doing that before the vehicle leaves. So if the new owner wants to drive it and enjoy it, there'll be nothing on their list to do. I also would like to just show you a couple things. This is when Randy actually showed the vehicle on the national level. This was at the what they refer to as the MME. That would be the National Mini Meet East. That's his card. This is actually the judging sheet for this. Again, you can find this all within the gallery. This is the exterior, the interior, the engine compartment. You can see he scored very, very high here. Again, best in show is a very big deal. This is a Concours judging event. This is actually the brochure here, which was actually signed. There's a little bit of history here regarding the Elf. You can actually go on the internet and find a lot of this. A lot of these are all the receipts from Randy when he had it restored and when Craig did it. There's a bunch of information here that I put all in date order. I put everything in plastic sleeves as I always do, so you can clearly see that all of this is included. Again, there is a bunch of other things that are included. I have a brand new Tupperware container that I put everything in. Again, you can see everything in our photo gallery that is included with the vehicle. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our way outside here, and then we'll do our presentation. Okay, now that we're at the outside of this vehicle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a complete exterior presentation. When we get to the doors, I'll open them up. I'll show you a little bit of the interior. Same thing with the trunk compartment when we get to the rear, and then we'll finish with the engine compartment. So come on in and take a look at this spectacular piece. It is truly an amazing restoration. Many, many years, many, many hours, and many, many dollars were invested in this Riley. It is truly stunning. So what we'll do is we'll start from the front here. I'm going to use my flashlight just to highlight if I can find any imperfections whatsoever. I'm going to mention them. The first thing I'll say is that the body on this is actually in beautiful condition. I would say it's very straight. All the gaps are very, very nice, which was not common with these because, again, these were not some elaborate high-end automobile. But when the body work was done, you can see tons of photos in our photo gallery of the restoration. Countless hours were spent on the body and again on the paint. So it does retain a lot of original sheet metal with exceptions of these fenders here, which were ordered as a front end unit that you can see in the gallery. These were actually OEM style fenders. And again, bits and pieces of the vehicle was patched and pieces were welded in and things of that nature. Again, all that is in the photo gallery. Looking at this hood here, again, it's in beautiful shape. I'm just going to run my light over this to see if I see any scratches or any chips. I don't really see anything. There's a couple of little spots right here on the corner. Those were more imperfections under the paint, nothing that's really on top of the paint. The cowl looks beautiful. The wipers are really nice. You'll see this was a new windshield that does have some rash on it and stuff. I think it was maybe a new replacement. You can see here that XXX. I don't believe that was original glass, but it's definitely, you know, not perfect by any means. A little bit of weathering. Again, this molding that goes around here is actually a kind of a unique color. It's more of like a gold, if you will, but in super nice shape. This hood ornament here is beautiful. This has all been taken off. It's all been dipped, re-chromed, polished, etc. The grill's in beautiful shape. These headlights, they say Lucas on the headlights there. Again, he tried to salvage as many of the original parts that he possibly could. So a lot of these are actually original to the vehicle. Even the Riley emblem's in beautiful shape. So there's no chips here, there's no scratches, and all the bright work is in beautiful condition. Even the rubber seals are in beautiful shape. Absolutely stunning. We'll make our way over to the fender here. Again, I'm doing this to be as transparent as possible. See if we find anything that's worth mentioning regarding scratches or chips. I don't see anything all on here. I'm just wiping this off in case there might be some dust. When we look at these wheels, these were actually painted the dove gray, which is actually the color of the roof. This color here is referred to as Yukon gray, so it's kind of nice how these wheels actually match the roof, and then you got these nice hubcaps that are in brand new condition. As I mentioned before, these tires were new at time of restoration, but since they're older, we are going to replace them before the vehicle leaves. Making our way over to this would be the passenger side, because this is right-hand drive. I'm going to just run my flashlight over this part of the roof to see if I see anything at all. There's nothing here. It is absolutely stunning. Making my way around all this bright work here is beautiful. Door handles are beautiful. All the seals are like new. We'll go down on the door here. As we make our way down to the bottom, this is a little spot here, again, that is under the paint, similar to what was on the corner of the hood. Sometimes it happens. The rest of this door is absolutely flawless, in beautiful condition. Again, the couple things that I pointed out aren't really scratches or chips. They're just under. And again, this was painted many, many, many years ago during that restoration time frame. So anything that would have happened has already happened. While we're on the passenger side here, I'll invite you into this absolutely gorgeous interior. This is like brand new, probably better than it was when it was new. The headliner, it's kind of this really unique color. It reminds me of a gold leaf. Same thing with those visors, brand new rear view mirror. The craftsmanship on this dash pad here is second to none, kind of a nice leather material. All of the wood on the dash is flawless. It has individual glove box doors, which open up very nicely. The vents, I'm going to go over some of the interior mechanical features when we get to the other side. These are the door handles that I was referencing here and here in the beginning of the video. These windows cranks here work beautifully. Door panels are like new. Again, the carpeting's new. This red interior is absolutely stunning, and this vehicle was born with this color combination with the dove gray, Yukon gray, and the red interior. It's absolutely stunning. Seat belts are new, all the gaskets are new. It's just a really special piece. You'll see how nice the door closes. Again, this glass is beautiful. I would say that this is probably original here. This looks like an original stamp where the front looks like the XXX, which I think was a replacement, maybe a used replacement. It might be hard to find glass for this vehicle. I'm looking at the passenger rear quarter. Flawless. No chips, no scratches. All this bright work is stunning. This is all stunning as well. Again, all new. Look at the bolt lead in here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Looking at the rear gas cap, rear bumper, everything is beautiful. Making our way over to the back. Again, it's got that same color, kind of a gold molding around this back window. There's that same stamp that I referenced on the rear glass. I believe that would be a factory correct piece of glass. It's in beautiful condition. Again, you can see the interior from here, how nice everything was done. Looking at the trunk lid here, I don't see any imperfections. Again, everything is like new. The emblems, the handle here, these little lights that are in the bumper, the tailpipe, just absolutely gorgeous. Look at these lenses. It's truly like looking at a new car. That's what I feel like right now. Now, check this out. This trunk compartment is absolutely like new. You will see in here the Tupperware container that I purchased with everything you see in our photo gallery. This is when Brad took it to the Concours event with Hemmings, his lawn display. This is the show board, but you can see just how spectacular this trunk compartment is. There's your fuel tank right here, which is kind of a gloss black material. You see every nut and bolt, even this cover here, which leads to your spare. Again, you can check out our photo gallery and see a ton of highly detailed photos in there. It shuts beautifully. Making our way over to the driver's side, rear quarter. Perfect. Don't see any scratches, no chips, no dents. Again, stunning condition. Like new wheels, hubcaps. All this trim is beautiful. There's that stamp on this window here. I believe this would be an original window. Probably was the original window to this Elf. Looking at the top of the roof here, see nothing regarding any dings, scratches, chips. It's in beautiful shape. Door handles, all this trim around everything is beautiful. The door on the driver's side is in stunning condition, flawless throughout. While we're on the subject of this, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I am going to sit in here, and I'm just going to point out that there's features in here that are in great working order. Again, this is the glove box on the driver's side, which is beautiful. It's very elegant. When we look at these gauges, when I start the vehicle, the speedometer does work, the fuel gauge works, the oil pressure is tremendous when I start it, the temperature gauge does work, the heating system works. How often do you find something where the heat actually works? This actually works on different speeds. The fan switch is actually down here. It works very, very well. The choke works. You don't really need to use the choke in this vehicle. It starts up almost instantly. The wipers work. The headlights work. The parking lights work. The turn signals work. Everything is in great working order. You can even see this light up on here, which is in working order because we have the door open. Funny that it only has one light on one side. But what I'm going to do is I am going to start it while I'm sitting in here. We will start it again in a little bit, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and start it, and then I'm going to just demonstrate how some of these things are in working order. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start it and just demonstrate how everything works here. Before I go ahead and turn this key, you will notice that the ignition light is in working order, just to show that the ignition's on. Go ahead and push the clutch in here. You can see it just fires up instantly, and it purrs like a kitten. We only let this warm up outside for maybe a minute or so before this video, but you can see how beautiful it runs. Again, I can't say enough about it, but we do have a functioning oil pressure gauge here. This engine's got excellent oil pressure. The temperature gauge is moving. Again, it's nowhere near running temperature right now, but you can see it's already starting to climb a little bit. The speedometer works beautifully. We are going to be putting more fuel in here than what we have now, but the gas gauge does work. On the subject of this panel down here, we have a choke knob which works. We also have our heating system which works. There's a little switch down here that you actually use to turn on the heat, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it actually is on right now. It's blowing heat, which works very nicely. This is the windshield wipers. You can see where they work very nicely. Okay, and then we also have this switch here, which is actually the parking lights, which you can see this just illuminated, these gauges and so forth. And if you move this all the way down, that would be your headlights. course, on the column, we have our directionals, we have our left side, and you can see the stalk is actually blinking, and then of course we have our right side. So the directionals are in working order, headlights are in working order, the brake lights are in working order. Again, I'll go ahead and shut it off, and you can see how simply stunning everything is. It's just amazing. So I'm going to get out here. Oh, before I do get out, you will notice I am 6 foot 200 pounds. Look at the amount of room that I have in here. You would never imagine this much cabin space, but one thing that they did when they designed this was, even though it is more of a micro car, it was designed to put people in, and bigger people like myself. So again, super comfortable. Can't say enough about it. We're going to finish our presentation, as I mentioned earlier, with opening up the engine compartment. So let's break out the flashlight again and kind of go over everything here, which is in really, really nice shape. Again, this is the driver's side front fender. As I mentioned, this was brand new when they did the restoration. It's flawless. Again, the wheels are flawless as well. I will note that on this cowl area here, if you catch it at the right light, which I probably can't do in this video, there is a little imperfection maybe in the clear coat. Again, I'm probably being more fussy than needed. I am going to go ahead and lift open the bonnet. There's a lever in here that you pull. It opens it up there. This actually lifts up very nicely. Probably one of the most impressive things about this vehicle, in my opinion, is this engine bay. It is extremely, extremely detailed. This is about as good as it gets. Every single nut and bolt was replaced during the restoration. The hood pad is like a leather material pad, which you never see. You'll recognize that every single bolt has been replaced. All the seals are like new. The detailing on this engine is second to none. This is a 998cc motor. This is the original matching numbers motor that this Riley Elf was born with. You can see the attention to detail with the carburetor, the air cleaner. You got your Lucas coil here, right down to the Champion spark plug caps. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. Again, we have tons of photos of this in our gallery, so make sure to check them out. Look at this radiator, even this radiator here with this yellow fan and all the correct clamps and everything. It's just, they did such a beautiful job. It's like a piece of artwork. Very, 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 very special, something I'm super proud of. This engine is actually coupled to a 4-speed transmission. It is the original 4-speed transmission that this vehicle was born with. It shifts beautiful. The clutch works super nice. The undercarriage was all painted body color. Again, you'll see that in the photo gallery. It looks absolutely amazing. All the braking system, the suspension system, the exhaust, everything was restored to the highest level. This is definitely a vehicle that you could put mirrors underneath at a car show. While we're out the front here, you got the driving lights that are on. I might as well just demonstrate them so you can see again how they function. So there, everything is off. Here, again, driving lights, and here, headlights. Just want to make sure you could see all of those. Again, look at this. The attention to detail is second to none. We normally would do a driving video at this point with our vehicles. We still are dealing with New England weather. The streets out there are white, they're full of salt. Unfortunately, we can't do a driving video, but I can tell you that it is super, super cool and super fun to drive. We'll finish this video by saying, if you would like to follow MS Classic Cars closer, please sign up for our VIP email blast. We have thousands of people who are on our email blast. We also would ask that you follow us on social media. We're on all the social media platforms. Once again, we appreciate you watching this. This is a spectacular car. It is a great opportunity. We'd love to see somebody sit behind the seat and drive this baby down the road and have a time of their life. Appreciate you watching. Thank you.